Kutua. Ambitious from him. Well, he'll be absolutely delighted. He talked again about bringing this trophy back. And now on to 3 goals. He's 1 away from his countryman, Tirisan Dangda. They're the only 2 at the moment. Irfan Jai's got 3. He's got a chance as well. Witan Sulaiman has got 2. Those are the only players left. And there's Witan Sulaiman, who had a swing at the ball and missed. They haven't really got on it at all, have they, Roshan?
No, they haven't. And, you know, Thailand coming into this, obviously the more experienced of the 2 sides. The players who have featured in this competition, the players who have won this competition previously. Indonesia, a very young squad, a very young side, and there was lots of excitement from some of their players coming into this final, and you wonder at times if that excitement just gets a bit too much for you. You know, it's got to be at a certain sort of level, so you almost see Thailand just break in midfield.
Yeah, Thailand have the 2nd oldest squad in the tournament after Singapore, and Indonesia have one of the youngest after the likes of Timor-Leste, Cambodia and Laos. And that's one of the things that Shin Tae-yong has done. He's lowered the average age, hasn't he, of the squad. He's been very deliberate in that. He's been very deliberate about who he's picking. He wants players he can kind of mold, Roshan, into his vision.
That's right. I think the key for Indonesian football going forward is to get as many of these younger guys as they can moving overseas and playing overseas and experiencing a different level, a different culture, a different way of playing as a professional footballer, living as a professional footballer for them, because it's a talented team that's got a big, bright future ahead of them.
Yeah, right now, of course, people talk about the likes of Witan Sulaiman, who's just there on the ball. We've got Egy Maulana, who's on the bench, along with Elkan Baggett. These are the overseas-based stars, but look at Thailand again. And it's away by Fakhruddin. That right-hand side has been productive for Thailand. Widatep. There's Supachok. Let's see the idea, just a little too much on that for Roller.
And just notice as well the position that Roller had taken up there. You know, the rotation of positions that they're employing here, Thailand. You know, it's popping up in different areas, different spaces. And if you're defending in those situations, if you're ball watching, you get caught off guard very quickly. And Indonesia just not looking like themselves early on here in this one. You know, a couple of stray passes, loose touches. Thailand really applying the pressure, making sure that the Indonesian players don't have much time on the ball. It's a lovely touch from Supachok.
Back to Roller. Elias Dola. Cross to Kritsada. Playing with supreme confidence, and as soon as I say that, he's giving the ball away. And that is a poor ball, I'm afraid, from Witan Sulaiman, who's normally so assured of himself, the young man. I just wonder, Roshan, how much this is playing in the head. Of course, they've talked about the psychology of coming into this and knowing the history, Roshan. You can't ignore it. It's 5 editions, 5 finals you've been to, 5 that you've lost. It's in there somewhere in the psyche, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and it's something that has mystified me for years and years, and I've spoken about it previously. I don't think there's an easy answer to it. Probably need like an entire series of shows to really go and investigate it. But I'm amazed by it. I'm amazed at that record, and you think with this young side, you have perhaps an opportunity to, you know, shake off some of that. I'm going to use the word failure, but I mean, I don't think making it to the final is that much of a failure.
Well, here's Roller looking at Borden Pala to get on the end of it. That right-hand side has really caused problems, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they're all over this Indonesian team.
I just wonder, Roshan, whether they've thought, well, it's not Pratama there. The pace he's got. Edo Febriancha has barely played in this tournament.
Yeah, and the thing is, Philip Roller has got plenty of pace, loves getting forward into advanced areas. He's a quality player, and when you think about the options that they have, it's incredible.
Fullback is an embarrassment of riches, isn't it?
Tristan can come in on this left-hand side. Obviously, a very different player to Tiraton. Philip Roller can come on that right-hand side and can get forward into. He can even play as one of the front three if they absolutely need him to.
Narrabudin's kicking his heels on the bench today. Back by Tirasin. He gets a return ball. Tirasin slips that through. Suportnya. On the volley! And that almost sails over Elias Dollar. And that so easily could have been goal number 2. Borden Pala. That would have been a stunning goal.
That's a crucial goal line interception from Asnawi. The Suportnya is having an excellent start to this game. Wonderful attempt at goal by Borden. Dollar is unable to get that one on target. But he's backing away as he hits that as well.
That's incredible technique.
Lovely technique. Wonderful defending from Asnawi. But Suportnya, with this role that he's got, you know, a lot of the focus on Chanatip, and rightly so, but Suportnya as well, I think, in the games that he's played for Thailand, has been brilliant to watch. And he's, again, I keep talking about, he's harping on this, but another player who I feel is sort of outgrown a Southeast Asian league, and perhaps can go in and test himself. I think he's ready, you know. At a certain point, you think of players like Quang Hai, you think of players like Suportnya, they reach a certain level, and then they sort of improve. You feel like they need to move on.
Yeah, it's a step, isn't it, that a lot of these footballers will need to take. A few of these Thai footballers have done it. Of course, we've mentioned Chanatip. Tirasin has done it in the past. Tiraton, of course, has just returned from Japanese football. Can be done. Kalian has played in Belgium. Here come Indonesia. Free kick. After Devanga, he's gone short. Is this what they were planning to do? Well, here's Irfan. And they've dealt with that pretty well. Tristan Doe clears it.
Just going back to Witan, because he was on the end of that one in the penalty area. And initially, every time he's on the ball, and obviously Thailand would have looked at this in the analysis, they would have looked at Witan as one of the players that obviously they have to keep an eye on. And every time he's gotten the ball so far, especially in those central positions, Thailand have been very quick to make sure that they close him down. And done well there too. Close down Siwarak. Dedik leading the press.
Interesting that Indonesia have really rotated their forwards, haven't they? It looked for a while that Ezra Walian was the first choice striker. Then we've had Dedik Setiawan, we've had Kushedjo, we've had Hanis. They all bring something a little bit different, don't they?
Yes, that playing profile, a different style of player, a different type of player that they've got. But what they perhaps are lacking is a real pure sort of finisher.
Well, not too many goals scored by the strikers at the moment. Ezra Walian with a couple. Chanatip won't get there.
And look, I mean, players who can finish are difficult to find, difficult to come by. Thailand have been blessed with some wonderful strikers over the years. They've got one here in Tirasin as well. And sometimes the difficulty is when you look at your domestic leagues and all your strikers are essentially foreign signings, it's very difficult for then the local strikers to get much game time or to really make an impact.
Of course, Thai strikers go back to the likes of Jatusuk and Piapong and legendary players. Polking looking pensive, but I'm sure he'll be absolutely delighted with what he's seen. A little flick on there from Suportnya. Brody won't get to it. Kritsada. Now Roller. He's got Irfan right at his tail. He's done well here, Roller. Suportnya. Now Wiratep. Thailand just seem to have acres of space and time on the ball. Indonesia not able to get close. Tristan Doe. Now Borden Pala. It's not happening at the moment for the Indonesians, and He's applauding these efforts.
Yeah, he's applauding the pressing.
Not bad for a side that doesn't keep possession, apparently, Russian. There was a little jibe in the press conference, wasn't there? And they've got 77% of the ball, and they're doing a lot with it as well, aren't they? But here come Indonesia. Vidic with an important touch. Now Irfan. Overlapping run. Edo Febriansyah. Away by Kritsada. Double header from him to make sure.
Yeah, listen, I mean, obviously some mind games, right, at play.
We've enjoyed this. We've really enjoyed that.
I've just loved it. You know, we've seen the battles on the pitch, the tactical battles on the pitch, and the coaches as well on the touchline. You know,
this man does not hold back.
He doesn't, and he's such an experienced coach as well. So I mean, trust him. He knows what he's doing, especially in these press conferences.
Absolutely. Look, he talked about, I've won 20-odd titles as a manager and player. Of course, he was a bit of a legend at Seongnam. Won 6 league titles there and won the Champions League with them as a manager as well, and did so well with Korea. Won the AFF Cup and then beat Germany in the World Cup in 2018. And he said, I want to transfer some of that mentality to my players. And he said, Indonesians are too nice, too friendly. I don't want him to be so friendly. He speaks his mind, Roshan. That might rub people off the wrong way sometimes. As Thailand come forward here with Suportnya. Is there a foul there? Yes, it is.
Possession. I mean, the way this who was aware enough to hold on to it. He knew he had to sort of wait for the run of the roller on the outside of him. Was able to turn away from that pressure, win a free kick in a really good position. No Tirathon for them though.
Yeah, this would be something he'd like to step up for. This is fairly central. There's a bit of a discussion.
He's not too bad as well, to be fair, Bodin.
He's saying, I want this one. Here's Bodin. We had a classic free kick from not too far away from that position a few days ago, Roshan. It'd be pretty hard to replicate that. But the final will be the perfect place to do it.
Yeah, I think he this is technique. You can see he's already looking up as he wants to hit that Bodin. His head goes up before he makes contact with the ball.
There's Sivarak, who's had to come in for Chachai, who sustained an injury in that second leg. He filled in very, very well. Elias Dola gets the header first. Delightful ball from Chanatip. Here's Borden, he's looking for some support. It was excellent work, wasn't it, from Asnawi, who's tenacious, but has conceded a free kick here.
It's a really good battle. Now this side of the pitch, Asnawi is a very talented defender. It's a good challenge. Quick to get up on his feet to try and recover. And he needed to time this one really well. But just perhaps a little bit overzealous on the second one.
Another one of those, Russian, that plays his football overseas.
That's right.
In Korea. Gordon Pala on the free kick again here. Borden, ball does its job. Here's Chanatip. Wasn't the touch I think he would have wanted there. Titipan. Indonesia try to break forward. Witan Sulaiman, lovely touch from him. Slips that into Irfan. It bubbles around. They're asking for the penalty. Some of them, the referee points the other way. That has been the best attack so far.
Yeah, look and look at the player who's made that challenge. It's Chanatip. He's covered so much ground to get himself back there. And that's been one of the impressive things about Chanatip in this campaign, is his willingness to track back and help out defensively. It all started, I think we can see quite clearly that it's a foul to Thailand. Chanatip just gets across, he does well, uses his body well, and then gets a kick from Irfan. Here's another close-up for you. Goes right through the back of Chanatip's leg there.
It's a lot of ground, isn't it? He's covered there, tracking back.
A wonderful move from Indonesia. So it all started from Ricky Kambuaya, who beat a couple of Thai players. Played a lovely ball forward for Witan Sulaiman. That first touch from Witan was excellent because it continued the momentum of the move. Allowed him to play that attempted pass in behind.
Hei ho, temukan nomor CVV di kartu ini. 3, 2, 1. Gak ketemu ya? Iyalah, karena nomor CVV kartu debit Jago Visa cuma ada di aplikasi Jago. Aman banget kan?
The way that Thailand are coming and pressing them high.
You know, if they can get out of the counter press. That's the thing, they haven't been able to get out of Thailand's counter press. And counter press meaning the moment Thailand lose the ball, Thailand straight away want to win it back, so they're quick to close down again and try and win the ball back again. And Indonesia are sort of just panicking in those moments, in those possession phases. But you just look at the connections here between the Thai players, how close they are to
Tristan Doe. Here's Bordin-Pala. He's going on a surging run himself, Bordin-Pala. Witan Sulaiman now for Indonesia. 2 players right on him. You have not a moment to breathe when you have the ball if you're an Indonesian player.
This is what I was referring to. The moment they win it, Thailand are quick to just swarm around them. And if it takes conceding a free kick, sure, do it, because you break up that opportunity to counter-attack. And again, Witan, as I mentioned earlier, whenever he's on the ball, you see Thai players desperate to get around him defensively to try and stop him from doing anything. They're really nullifying Witan's threat at the moment.
Well, Mana talking is of German and Brazilian descent. Bit of Gagan pressing from him, Roshan perhaps. And that is away from Tirisan Dangda. This is without 7 regulars today, Roshan, as well. This is the ability of this side. That's a scary thing, isn't it? Alfidiano Dewanga. Now Asnawi. Witan Sulaiman gives that away rather cheaply. Back with Thailand. That's why they've seen so little of the ball. Just can't hold on to it even when they do have it. Supachok.
Yeah, the level of talent sort of coming through in these countries is just incredible. I mean, yes, you talk about population and all that, and sure, they've got a bigger talent pool, but also I think football is life in these places, you know? It's a massive part of the culture.
Yeah, if you visited Indonesia or Thailand, you see every patch of grass, any plot, little space, kids are playing. Great to see Suportnya. Here's Tirasin, waiting for that little overlapping run from Borden Pala. Oh, he's found some space there. Here's Tristan Doe. They've got a corner here, Thailand. There was a moment in that earlier move where Rahmat was talking to Risky about go for the man, track him, keep an eye on him. They're not able to, Roshan, at the moment. The movement is amazing.
Keep up with the level, the quality, the pace of the movement, and how quickly the ball is moving as well. You see it from Thailand. It's 1 and 2 touch play. It's 1 and 2 touch play, and it moves on to the next player. And then when they need to show that quality, that individual quality to beat a man or to hang on to it, to draw players towards them before releasing it into space, they know when to do that as well. Awareness of the spaces that they're in. They're just in complete control of this game so far.
Trying to tip. Now they're going to go short. Well, they do, but it's to Kritsada. Charged down by Didik Setiawan. And it's a foul by the Thai skipper.
They lose it, they press again, can't win it, foul, stop the play, get everyone back into defensive shape, get themselves organized. That experience coming in handy. And speaking of experience, you brought up average ages earlier. I had a bit of a chuckle to myself because I remember speaking to Haris.
Correct. So he's bringing the average up. Flag has stayed down for Didik. It's out by Elias Gola. And we're going to have the first Indonesian corner. Up the other end at the moment that Indonesia focus our attentions on. Kritsada had been fouled. The referee will not let that corner be complete.
Well, there's a foul there on Kritsada. Just goes for a bit of a lie down.
Well, it's been that easy for them, is it, at the back? They haven't really been troubled, have they, Roshan, at the other end? No shots at all, no attempts. They've barely got to the final third, Indonesia.
advantage dilihat oleh Al-Funfus Sukri Al-Usai dari Saudi Arabia, sehingga dibiarkan saja tadi oleh wasit. Inilah Yusuf Dolah, pemain keturunan Thailand Selatan dan juga dari Swedia, mendapatkan kartu kuning. Yusuf Elias Dolah adalah Witan Sulaiman. Rahmat Irianto adalah anak dari Sugiantoro. Tentunya sang ayah adalah pemain Indonesia yang bermain di final Piala Tiger 2002 saat dikalahkan oleh Thailand di final di Stadion Utama Gelora Bung Karno saat itu dengan adu penalti. Sugiantoro sebelumnya juga pernah memperkuat Indonesia di final SEA Games 97 mendapatkan perak. Berikutnya sama juga dengan Rahmat Irianto yang mendapatkan perak di SEA Games 2019 di Manila saat dikalahkan oleh Vietnam. Saat itu di 97 sang ayah Sugiantoro dikalahkan oleh Thailand di final juga lewat adu tendangan penalti. Dan ini kesempatan Rahmat Irianto untuk menebus kekalahan sang ayah dari Thailand di final Piala Tiger 2002. Bagaimana kita lihat gol yang sangat cantik tadi, Bung Doni?
Ya, memang gol cepat dari Thailand ini mengagetkan lini pertahanan Indonesia. Sebuah gerakan individu yang sangat baik sekali dari seorang Philip Roller, dan hampir terjatuh dia masih bisa memberikan umpan, dan sebuah gol yang sangat baik sekali dan tidak bisa membuat Nadeo untuk bisa mematahkan gol tersebut. Tapi sekali lagi Bung Adi, kalau kita lihat ini sebenarnya dengan cedera dan perpanjangan waktu yang paling tidak yang diberikan wasit untuk menunda pertandingan, harus bisa kita manfaatkan untuk istilahnya regroup ya, dan paling tidak mengganggu momentum timnas Thailand yang hampir 35 menit begitu mendominasi dalam hal ball possession.
Sangat-sangat mendominasi para pemain Thailand. Hanya nomor punggung 28
Poklau Anan.
Poklau Anan akan masuk. Kembali gagal Indonesia. Asnawi, Kambuaya, masih Kambuaya, Asnawi, Shooting kaki kiri tentu saja bukan kaki kepua yang sangat kuat dari Asnawi, dan saya lihat cukup memaksa untuk melakukan shooting dari kaki kiri, Bung Doni.
Ya, betul sekali. Memang penyelesaian tendangan yang dilakukan oleh Asnawi tidaklah baik, tapi manuver yang dilakukan oleh Kambuaya sangat baik, Bung Hadi. Dan ini sebenarnya menjadi ciri atau trademark tim kita selama ini, yang melakukan sebuah serangan yang sangat cepat dan melakukan sebuah passing yang baik. Sayang, memang Asnawi belum bisa menendang tendangannya ke arah gawang.
Asnawi, wakil kapten Indonesia, kapten utama Indonesia adalah Fadilas Darmono, sudah bermain di formasi inti. Keluar tadi bola dari Terasil Dangda yang saat ini menambah 4 gol di Piala AFF 2020. Kembali gagal para pemain Indonesia. Hanya kita lihat Yusuf Dolah tidak mampu lagi untuk melanjutkan pertandingan. Tak diganti, kita lihat Yusuf Dolah. Yusuf Dolah berpostur 196 cm, berusia 28 tahun. Berasal dari klub Port FC sejak tahun 2017. Sangat tinggi, Bung Doni.
Ya, tentunya buat timnas Indonesia sendiri, tadi saya katakan bahwa regroup ini sangat penting, dan mengingat bahwa timnas Thailand sendiri lebih mengambil inisiatif untuk melakukan tekanan-tekanan di awal. High pressing mereka lakukan justru di sepertiga lapangan kita sendiri. Dan memang sulit dalam hal teori tentunya kalau kita katakan Indonesia harus lebih berani lagi, lebih cepat lagi, melepaskan tekanan ini dengan melakukan umpan-umpan pendek, dan tentunya berharap pada kecepatan yang dimiliki tentunya oleh sosok Irfan Jaya dan Witan Sulaiman. Tapi ini semua tentunya harus dimulai dari pressure-pressure yang dilakukan oleh seorang Rahmat Irianto, oleh seorang Kambuaya, karena lapangan tengah akan menjadi sangat sentral mengingat tim seagresif Vietnam pun kesulitan melawan Thailand.
Poklau Anan, usia 30 tahun, postur 179 cm, kelahiran 4 Maret 91, akan masuk, berasal dari klub Bangkok United sejak tahun 2017. sudah mengemas 43 kali caps dengan 5 gol. Bermain sejak tahun 2016 dan 2018 di Piala AFF, sedangkan di Piala AFF 2020 2 kali main sebagai pengganti saat melawan Vietnam di leg kedua dan juga melawan Singapura di pertandingan terakhir Grup A Piala AFF 2020 setelah Koklau Anan. Balik kita lihat Philip lempar ke dalam pada Supacok, berhasil digagalkan Indonesia. Bahkan para pemain Thailand kuasai bola. Ada Bordin Pala, cukup tenang Bordin, berusaha melewati Asnawi. Banyak Witan dianggap melakukan pelanggaran terhadap Bordin Pala. Pergerakannya memang sangat-sangat menyulitkan sektor kanan pertahanan Indonesia. Sesungguhnya bukan Witan yang melakukan pelanggaran, justru Bordin tadi yang melakukan sodokan kepada Witan, tapi memang aktingnya sangat baik. Itulah contoh para pemain profesional yang harus dicontoh pemain Indonesia. Ini gol langsung ke depan, tidak offside. Supacok berbahaya kini, masuk Supacok. Alhamdulillah berhasil digagalkan. Kita lihat oleh Rizky Ridho tadi. Umpan tarikan sangat-sangat berbahaya kepada pemain depan Thailand dari Supacok. Bung Doni, tidak offside.
Ya, jelas tidak offset dan ini adalah kombinasi yang berbahaya sekali ya. Seorang Philip Roll dan juga Supacok yang tercatat sudah lebih dari 4 kali melakukan manuver yang sangat cepat sekali dari sisi kiri pertahanan Indonesia, dan ini harus menjadi catatan Sintayong dalam babak istirahat.
Kali permainan 1-2 pemain Thailand sangat baik, sangat sulit. Koklau, ada Rizky Ridho datang lagi. Ada Supacok, hati-hati, bukan sebuah penalti. Irfan Jaya, Kambuaya, Dewangga, kini Kambuaya, masih Kambuaya. Ayo bergerak, Dedik. Witan Sulaiman, langsung di kotak kedua. Dedik! Dewangga, oh Tuhan! Oh Tuhan, Dewangga! Oh, peluang yang sangat baik. Nikmat Tuhan, mana yang hendak menustakan Dewangga. Sangat baik, di depan mulut gawang, gagal. Sebuah peluang yang sangat baik. Kita lihat bagaimana umpan tarik yang sangat baik dari Witan Sulaiman, Bung Doni.
Ya, tentunya dimulai oleh pergerakan. Lagi-lagi ya, Kambuaya yang menjadi salah satu nominasi pemain debutan terbaik di turnamen ini, memberikan umpan kepada seorang Witan Sulaiman, dan juga umpan yang diberikan seorang Witan, sayang sekali gawang terbuka lebar, belum menjadi rezeki dari seorang Erlangga dan juga untuk timnas Indonesia.
Bagaimana kita lihat tadi peluang yang sangat-sangat terbuka, minta diulang oleh wasit karena bola masih bergulir, karena memang bola tidak boleh ditendang sebelum bola benar-benar berhenti, ya itu baru boleh ditendang. Karena selama bergulir tidak boleh. Siwara langsung ke depan, arahkan langsung pada Philip, kontrol yang baik kepada Terasil. Kini berdua kita lihat Terasil. Apakah sebuah pelanggaran? Oh, advantage tadi dibiarkan play on. Koklau kepada Songkrasit. Sodoran yang sangat-sangat luar biasa tadi dilakukan oleh Asnawi. Apanya ada pemain Indonesia yang masih tergeletak. Rahmat Irianto yang memang di pertandingan melawan Singapura di leg kedua mendapatkan cedera ringan di bahu, Bung Doni.
Ya, memang salah satu cara untuk bisa membebaskan diri dari tekanan yang begitu deras yang dilakukan timnas Thailand adalah berusaha juga untuk mencoba merebut bola kembali. Dan kita lihat tadi ada ini sini terlihat pelanggaran ya yang terjadi atas Supacok.
Saya setuju itu sebuah pelanggaran yang dilakukan oleh itu. Untungnya wasit dan juga tidak ada teknologi VAR di sini. Hal-hal seperti itu yang sering sekali dilakukan para pemain Indonesia.
Ya, dan kita mungkin harus fair ya, atau jujur mengatakan kita juga terselamatkan, Bung Adi ya, dari beberapa momen-momen kesalahan. Walaupun memang kita juga sempat menderita kerugian saat Kambuaya juga diganjar ya dalam leg 1 melawan Singapura. Tapi sekali lagi memang ini menjadi sebuah diskusi yang menarik tentunya tentang isu adanya VAR yang harus diberikan di turnamen berikutnya.
Ya, gerakan apapun yang membahayakan atau melanggar peraturan selemah apapun, jika dinilai itu sebuah pelanggaran, tentu saja akan dinyatakan sebuah pelanggaran oleh wasit. Apalagi jika terjadi di kotak penalti, tentu Indonesia harus hati-hati dengan gerakan-gerakan yang menimbulkan interpretasi dari wasit untuk dinyatakan sebagai sebuah pelanggaran. Kita kiri sada, langsung ke depan, arahkan pada Koklau yang bermain di sebagai bek kanan Koklau. ataukah sebagai center back. Rasel Danda dikejar tadi kita oleh Fahrudin. Sangat baik. Kembali pelanggaran dilakukan para pemain Indonesia terhadap Bodin Pala. Apakah oleh Rizky Ridho, apakah oleh Rahmat? Protes tadi dilakukan oleh Rahmat Irianto, tapi wasit asal Saudi Al-Humfuz Sukri Al-Husain. Oh, ya jelas. Pelanggaran telat tadi. Rahmat Irianto untuk menutup pergerakan dari Bodin Pala. Dalam Bodin Pala ini berposisi 182 cm, sangat tinggi untuk ukuran pemain-pemain Asia Tenggara. Beratep yang menggantikan posisi dari Yusuf Dolah. Bersada Kaman, luar biasa kita lihat tadi Fahrudin. Gagal lagi kini para pemain Thailand, sangat mudah kehilangan bola pemain Indonesia. Dan sangat baik umpan-umpan dilepaskan para pemain Thailand. Kontrol pun luar biasa dari para pemain Indonesia. Oh, enak, sangat baik kita lihat dari Terasil. Belakang Rizky Ridho tadi, umpan ke depan, balik kehilangan bola para pemain Indonesia. Tristandu, Songkrasin, ada Bodin Pala, para pemain Thailand kuasai bola. Ke depan langsung kepada Songkrasin, lebih dekat dengan kita lihat dengan Fahrudin. Nilai yang sangat baik dilakukan oleh Fahrudin memberikan Songkrasin tadi untuk meraih bola yang dikawal dengan sangat ketat oleh Fahrudin. Wahyudi Arianto, Bung Doni.
Ya, sudah sedikit mereda tentunya mengingat ini sudah memasuki menit-menit babak pertama. Thailand tetap mendominasi dalam possession, tetap lebih berani dalam melakukan tekanan-tekanan ke lini pertahanan Indonesia. Tapi memang terlihat mereka sudah mulai sedikit lelah. Dan lagi-lagi ini adalah menit-menit tersisa yang sering sekali terjadi drama, Bung Adi. Dan kita berharap di 3 menit tambahan ini kita masih bisa menciptakan peluang.
Pelanggaran Trisdandu terhadap Witan Sulaiman tadi. Kasak paha kanan dari Witan Trisdandu. Menggantikan posisi Keraton Trisdandu. Kita Dewangga. Sangat baik Dewangga. Berhadapan dengan Bodin. Masih Dewangga. Asnawi langsung ke depan. Ada Dedi. Oh! Telat Dedi. Masih pemain Thailand, Toklau Anan dilanggar oleh Dewangga. Momen pertama tadi lepas dari Dedi. Terlalu banyak menunggu sehingga kehilangan momen. Kita lihat bagaimana umpan Asnawi sangat baik kepada Dewi. Dan menunggu bola menyentuh tanah. Padahal harus tadi tendangan volley, Bung Doni.
Setuju sekali ya, Bung Adi. Di sini memang kita berbicara melawan tim sekelas Thailand, tentunya kita harus bisa mengkonversikan peluang sebaik mungkin, efektif, efisien. Kalau kita masih ingin tetap mencuri poin di dalam leg 1 ini.
Supacok, hati-hati, Philip, Supacok kembali, Ditiwat, luar biasa Supacok, masih Supacok, hati-hati, kosong Bodin, masih Bodin, shooting Bodin, Alhamdulillah, berhasil digagalkan oleh Nadio Argawinata tadi. Placing yang sangat-sangat baik oleh Bodin Pala yang memang sangat berdiri bebas di dalam kotak penalti di sisi kanan pertahanan Indonesia, Bung Doni. Kita lihat bagaimana akselerasi yang sangat-sangat luar biasa dari Supacok.
Ya, sebuah tontonan laga final AFF yang sangat menarik, sebuah gerakan kelas dunia yang menunjukkan seorang Supacok yang sempat melalui beberapa pemain pertahanan Indonesia, dan sebuah shooting yang sangat baik oleh Bodin Pala, dan sebuah penyelamatan yang tidak kalah kelas dunianya oleh seorang Nadio.
Tendangan penjuru kembali buat Thailand. Kembali Bodin Pala adalah Nadio Argawinata. Setengah menit lagi pertandingan babak pertama akan berlangsung. Tendangan penjuru Thailand, Bodin Pala lakukan sudah. Kini kita lihat Weratep berhadapan dengan Dedi, masih Weratep angkat kotak penalti. Alhamdulillah, dipotong saja kita melihat penjaga gawang Nadio Argawinata. Langsung lepas ke dalam, langsung pada Rahmat Irianto, umpan ke depan, langsung sangat baik kepada Witan Sulaiman. Nampaknya sudah offside tadi, pergerakan Witan Sulaiman sudah berada di garis belakang pertahanan terakhir dari Thailand. Dan pemirsa, pertandingan babak pertama sudah selesai dan skor tetap 1-0 buat keunggulan sementara Thailand lewat gol yang diciptakan oleh Chanatin Songkrasi. Dan pemirsa, kami akan kembali ke studio terlebih dahulu bersama Bung Doni dan juga Bung Didan Citra Sakti.
Di Lazada 111 Sale ada produk terbaru serba Rp11.000.